The forest was silent, save for the rustling leaves underfoot and the distant calls of nocturnal creatures. A chill hung in the air, wrapping around the group of friends as they made their way deeper into the woods. "Are you sure this is the right way?" Alice asked, her voice tinged with uncertainty. She glanced at the map, the paper shaking slightly in her hands. "Positive," Mark replied, his flashlight casting long, eerie shadows. "The bunker should be just up ahead." They had heard rumors of an old military installation, abandoned and forgotten. Curiosity and the promise of adventure had driven them to seek it out. The group consisted of Alice, Mark, Jason, and Lily, 4 friends bonded by their love of exploring the unknown. After what felt like hours, they stumbled upon a clearing. There, half buried under moss and vines, was a rusted metal door set into the ground. Mark knelt down, brushing away the debris to reveal a faded sign, "Caution, explosives." Jason chuckled nervously. "Looks like we found it." With a mix of excitement and trepidation, they pried the door open. A musty smell wafted up, carrying with it a sense of foreboding. One by one, they descended the ladder into darkness, their flashlights cutting through the thick black. The bunker was a labyrinth of narrow corridors and small rooms. It had clearly been abandoned for decades, but there was something unsettling about its state. Papers were scattered on the floor, equipment lay in disarray, and the walls were marked with ominous, cryptic symbols. "This place gives me the creeps," Lily whispered, her voice echoing off the walls. "Come on, it's just an old bunker," Mark said, though even he couldn't shake the uneasy feeling. They moved deeper, the air growing colder and more oppressive. In one of the larger rooms, they found what appeared to be a control center. Monitors lined the walls, dark and lifeless, while a large table in the center was cluttered with maps and documents. Alice picked up a folder labeled Project Armadilha. Inside were blueprints and schematics, all depicting intricate explosive devices. "Guys, this place was a minefield," she said, showing the others the documents. "Why would they leave something like this behind?" Jason wondered aloud, but no one had an answer. Suddenly, a loud click echoed through the bunker. The friends froze, hearts pounding. The sound was followed by a low humming, and then, the monitors flickered to life. Static filled the room before a grainy image appeared on the screens. An old man in a military uniform stared back at them. His eyes were hollow, his expression stern. "If you're watching this, you have triggered the Armadilha," he said in a monotone voice. "This bunker is now armed. To leave, you must navigate through the traps and disarm them. Fail, and you will die." Panic set in. "What the hell is this?" Lily screamed, backing away from the monitors. "Stay calm," Mark urged, though his voice wavered. "We need to find a way out." They hurried back into the corridors, but the once quiet bunker now felt alive with menace. Each step was fraught with danger, every shadow a potential threat. They had to move carefully, avoiding tripwires and pressure plates that could trigger deadly explosions. In one of the rooms, Jason found a toolkit with defusal equipment. "We need to figure out how to use these," he said, handing them out. As they progressed, the traps grew more sophisticated. The group worked together, defusing bombs and disabling mechanisms. but the stress was taking its toll. The bunker seemed to have a malevolent consciousness, taunting them with near misses and close calls. In a narrow hallway, Alice tripped a wire. The sound of clicking and whirring filled the space, and she froze, her eyes wide with terror. Mark sprang into action, carefully examining the device. Sweat trickled down his forehead as he worked, finally managing to disarm it. That was too close, Alice breathed, tears streaming down her face. But their luck couldn't hold forever. In a particularly treacherous section, a bomb detonated. The explosion was deafening, throwing them against the walls. When the dust settled, they found Jason lying still, a shard of metal protruding from his side. "No!" Lily screamed, rushing to his side. But it was too late. The life had already left his eyes. "We have to keep moving," Mark said grimly, pulling Lily away. Time blurred as they navigated the deadly maze. The bunker felt like a living nightmare, its traps a sadistic game. Exhaustion and fear gnawed at their resolve, but they pressed on, driven by the hope of escape. Finally, they reached a massive, reinforced door. It was the exit, but it was also heavily guarded by the most complex trap yet. Mark and Alice studied the mechanism, their minds racing. They had one chance to get it right. "Cut the red wire," Mark instructed, his voice steady. Then the blue, followed by the green. Alice's hands shook as she followed his directions. The timer on the bomb counted down, each second an eternity. With a final snip, the device clicked and the countdown stopped. The door creaked open, revealing the night sky. They stumbled out, gasping for fresh air. The forest was silent once more, the bunker's malevolent presence left behind. They had survived, but at a great cost. The forest no longer seemed a place of adventure, but a graveyard of their innocence. As they walked away, the bunker loomed in the darkness, a silent reminder of the horrors hidden beneath the earth. And somewhere deep within, the old man's face flickered on the monitors, watching, waiting for the next group of unsuspecting victims to wander into the Armadilha Explosiva.